This program is offered in conjunction with a modern translation of the Gospel of Thomas, the Lachlan Paul French translation. What Lachlan did was take the Coptic version of Thomas that was discovered near Nag Hammadi, Egypt in 1945, and do a reverse translation into Aramaic. The Aramaic language is a metaphorical language. There were things that are mentioned in the text that have lost their meaning through the translation. Things like water being a symbol for consciousness. So when they were telling the parables and the stories, when the mention of water occurred, it was commonly known that they were talking about consciousness. So Lachlan did a reverse translation into Aramaic and then back into English with this understanding. And this translation is a much better translation that brings forth the true meaning of the sayings that are recorded in the Gospel of Thomas. If you would like a PDF version of Lachlan's translation, you can contact me through this website, through the contact form, and I will send you a free PDF version. So this is from passage 60 of Lachlan's translation. Remember the parable, except a seed shell rots away from the seed when it's fallen in the soil, it shall not bring forth its fruit, bring forth its transformation. It must let go of its identification with the hard exterior and its old nature before it can expand and grow into its transformed state. Just so, if an individual remains focused on the temporary body personality, that's the ego, if he remains focused on that identity and remains uninitiated to his divinely birthed true soul purpose, if he remains unaware of the power of his divine breath and its fiery cleansing purpose, then in this life he shall simply age, shrink, and wither as the unevolved ego personality he received at birth, not realizing he was something magical. So the system will eat him up in the striving and the ego darkness, and he will die like a human. What that's referring to is if our consciousness identifies itself as the ego is what passes at death. That's what causes our forgetfulness between lives. If we identify with the ego, our consciousness passes into darkness with the ego. What this program is doing is giving us an action plan to remember, reincorporate our identity within a functional whole into our consciousness. So it's a very important for the development of the individual. However, if he attends to his inner life, he will live like a child of God. The key is the transcendence, expansion, and transformation from the old ego, the outer personality's habit and identifications, inherited at our DNA birth and built up throughout life. Then his greater self within will become his external self.